In this video, I'm going to show kind of the process I went through for sighting in my 22 air pistol or air rifle. You can see I'm using just like a phone mount on my scope here in my front yard. So the image is a little weird, but I think it gets the job done. For the first few shots here, you can see they're really low and to the right, and although I'm not showing it, what I'm actually doing is adjusting the sights after every shot. And after about 30 or so of these shots, I realized that my scope mount was loose, and that was causing significant problems. Probably about right around here, maybe 5 or 10 more shots after this, I tightened it up and started to really see progress in my ability to hone in on the center of the target. One thing that I found really interesting about shooting this rifle is that it seems like the more you shoot it, the more consistent the shots get. And I looked up a little bit about air rifles and if that's generally true. And as you warm the action up and warm the barrel up, the shots are supposed to get more consistent. So you probably would find that if you were to go through the same process I did. You can see here now I've definitely got it much better than it was. I've got the rifle scope tightened up now, and in between every shot I'm adjusting the sights of the scope. And you can see that definitely it's closing in on being very accurate. In fact, you can see multiple centers on this because I knew I was getting really close. I put a bunch of the red stickers on because I knew I was going to be hitting very close to dead on center here. Oops. Throughout this whole process, I did a lot of learning. It was actually a lot of fun. I probably shot 100 different shots over the course of, I don't know, maybe 2 hours or so. And I recommend if you get a rifle like this, you should definitely spend a lot of time just messing around. You know, for me, this was an opportunity to, air quotes, sight in the scope. But I was definitely getting a good feel for how the trigger felt, how the pressure works. On this rifle, I believe the trigger pressure is actually adjustable. I've just left it like it came from the box. But I definitely became very comfortable with the trigger pressure and where the rifle actually fires compared to where your finger is pressure-wise on the trigger. You can see now I'm really being pretty consistently accurate with every shot now that I've got the scope tight and the sights really centered in here. You know, obviously I'm not an awesome marksman, but you can definitely see that I'm able to hit just about where I want to hit every time with pretty good consistency. And it's worth mentioning at this point that even though I had my rifle scope loose for the first, I don't know, 20 or 30 shots, after tightening and after shooting, you know, 30 or 40 rounds through it, it definitely became much more consistent. Even, you know, those two things were not isolated, but definitely shooting rounds through it over time made it more consistent. And here's some old oranges that I had. They were, I don't feel bad about wasting food. They were gross and soft and definitely not good for eating anymore. But so I thought, oh, it's kind of something fun to shoot at. So I took some shots at these. The last thing I would say is that it's definitely very fun to shoot this rifle. Here's me just kind of playing around. I had these oranges and I thought I want to keep shooting. So if you go with a rifle like this, I definitely recommend it. It was a lot of fun to shoot this that afternoon. Thanks for watching.